So I've been working about my lecture, about my talk, for today. And I've been writing and rewriting my sentences. I've tried to make them funny, and I've tried to make them smart, and to think about the perfect beginning. And then I realized that I've been spending all my time and energy on trying to remember and pronounce correctly in this language, English. And the only thing I wanted to do is to come here and to tell you of how I created my new solo exhibition as a kind of an experiment. And the name of the experiment was creating out of not knowing. So I decided to practice what I preached. Creating out of not knowing is venturing on a journey without having a map and just letting my intuition lead the way. So this is what I'm doing now. Yesterday, I threw away all my notes, all my plannings, and I'm just creating this talk on the fly out of not knowing. So this is how the story goes. In my last solo exhibition, a gallery owner came to me and told me, at the end of 2013, I want to exhibit your new solo exhibition. And I took her words literally and decided to create something completely new. That for me meant that I wanted to surprise myself, and I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted my artistic process to reflect that feeling of something that I don't know, that can be anything. It's like endless potential and endless possibilities. And then I thought about it. What does it mean? Because my artistic process is a long and Sisyphean thing. My works take months to complete. I use a unique mixed media technique that can take days and hours, like tying for 5 months 300,000 wool strings, one by one, or making 2,000 tiny holes in a single sheet of paper. So it can become pretty monotonous at times. So I was thinking, I wanted something new, which meant new ideas, fresh feelings, and endless options. New, by definition, is something I haven't met yet, so I can't expect to know it in advance, which meant I can't go running ahead in my mind and imagining the final image, and I shouldn't plan or analyze every step. Fresh means nothing like I did before. Can't look and can't feel like something that I've done already, so I just needed to stay in the present. And endless options was supposed to reveal themselves along the way, guided by intuition. So I thought about it some more. The only question was how. How do I make a long process and still make every moment meaningful? How do I maintain an attention without defining it or trying to control it? And the answer I found was simple and natural. I have a toolbox I could try and use, my senses. So let's start with the sense of touch. While drawing, I really try to pay attention to the feeling of the pencil between my fingers, or the texture of the paper under my arm. And how about the floor beneath my bare feet? When I'm doing embroidery on my papers, I'm literally walking around in half a circle around this sheet of paper, pushing the needle from one side and pulling it from the other again and again. Or hearing. I've noticed that all the sounds, the ones that I'm making and the ones that come from the inside, connect into a rhythmic tune that I can try and keep in tune with. And this way, I could hear what was going on every moment, here and now. And then there is sight. When I draw, I move back and forth between focus and defocus, from large, vague composition to small, sharp details. And I've noticed that the light and shadows are playing a similar game on the wall during the passing of the day. And then, every once in a while, I remembered to close my eyes, just for a moment. And every time I opened them and looked back at my painting, I saw it a little differently, with new eyes. And it freshened up my point of view. And then I was using smell and taste to evoke long-lost memories or strong reactions, such as nostalgia and fear. And the thing that I realized was that all these things that are within me and around me, I feel and experience anyway. I'm just not used to actively directing my attention to it. On the contrary, when I'm trying to be serious and concentrate, it's usually coming with this frown, serious. I'm like treating them as if they were distractions or white noise, and I'm trying to filter them out. But these were the things that were making my attention authentic. And it was making my experience an ever-changing one rather than a repetitive one. And this change became a part of my creation. So 2 weeks ago, my exhibition opened, and I had a moment of closure. I was walking around in the gallery space. I was looking at the works hanging peacefully on the gallery walls. And I could see the exhibition for what it was, which was a complete cycle. 11 paintings and 1 installation that worked for themselves, stood up for themselves, but also combined together to create a bigger picture and the whole idea. And it was very exciting, and of course I was surprised. But I think that the one thing that I took the most from this process, and this is the why did I do it in this way, was that these were exactly the moments where I felt most true to myself, when I was afraid of the unknown, but willing to go with my gut feeling and to trust my intuition that I know which way to go. And I learned something new about myself, like an ability I did not know I have, or something new about a subject I'm dealing with. Or even if I just learned a new way to look at something familiar and not experiencing it in an automatic way. And I think that it made my process, and actually my whole life, much more interesting. And this is the point. We came here not just, but to have fun. And I do believe that as long as I'm willing to let that randomness in, I'm facing countless new possibilities.